lived a boy named Jake. Jake was a regular boy, full of dreams and hopes. He went to school, played with his friends, and loved his family. His mother, Mrs. Smith, was the most important person in his life. She cared for him, taught him right from wrong, and always cheered him on. On a sunny day, Jake woke up early. He could hear birds chirping outside his window and the sun shining through the curtains. He quickly got ready for school. After breakfast, he hugged his mother and left for school with a smile on his face. Little did he know that this day would change his life forever. During school, while Jake was having fun with his friends, he heard a loud noise in the school hallway. The principal, Mr. Johnson, came into the classroom looking worried. He asked for everyone's attention and spoke with a serious tone. "Everyone, I have some bad news. There was a robbery at Jake's house this morning." Jake's heart sank. He felt a rush of fear and worry. The teacher tried to calm the students, but Jake couldn't concentrate. He thought about his mother. Was she okay? What had happened? After what felt like hours, the school day finally ended. Jake rushed home, his heart racing. He ran through the front door, calling out for his mother. "Mom, are you here?" But there was no answer. Jake searched every room in the house. Finally, he found his mother in the living room, sitting on the couch, looking sad and scared. "Mom, what happened? Are you okay?" Jake asked, scrambling to her side. Mrs. Smith looked up at him with tears in her eyes. "They took some things from our home, Jake. I was here when it happened. I was so scared." She hugged him tightly, and Jake could feel her heartbeat against his chest. "They broke in while I was in the kitchen. I heard a noise and saw two men. They shouted at me and took my phone and some jewelry." Her voice trembled as she spoke. Jake felt angry. How could someone be so mean? The days that followed were hard. Jake's mother was always tense and afraid. She often checked the locks on the doors and windows, making sure they were safe. Jake tried to comfort her, but he couldn't shake his own feelings of fear. In school, Jake noticed that he couldn't focus on his studies. His grades began to drop, and he lost interest in playing with his friends. Everything seemed different. The joy that he once felt was overshadowed by anxiety. One evening, while doing his homework, Jake heard his mother crying in her room. He walked in and knelt by her side. "Mom, I wish things were back to how they were. I miss us being happy." She smiled at him through her tears, and he felt a little better. As weeks passed, life began to change. Jake and his mother started to talk about the attack more openly. They began to find ways to cope with their feelings. Mrs. Smith decided they needed to feel more secure, so they got a dog named Max. Max was a friendly golden retriever. He lifted their spirits and made them feel safer at home. Jake learned to walk Max, and he found joy in playing fetch with him in the park. He met new friends at the park, and slowly, he began to feel happier again. His laughter, once lost, started to return. However, even as life began to feel normal again, Jake knew that he had changed. He became more protective of his mother. He wanted to ensure nothing bad would ever happen to her again. His heart felt heavy with the realization that the world could be a scary place. One day after school, Jake overheard some boys saying mean things about his mother. They didn't know what had happened, but Jake felt a surge of anger and frustration. He couldn't stand by while they disrespected her. He walked up to them with courage. "Hey, that's not nice. My mom is a strong lady, and you should never talk about her like that." The boys looked surprised, and they backed off. When Jake got home, he told his mother what happened. She hugged him and said, "I'm proud of you, Jake. Standing up for what's right is important." Jake felt a sense of pride. He knew he would always protect her. As time went on, Jake began to understand fear better. He learned that it was okay to feel scared sometimes. He talked to his mother about it, and they shared their feelings. They discovered that fear could be like a shadow. It can follow you, but you can still move forward into the light. Mrs. Smith talked to Jake about the importance of seeking help. They started going to a support group for people who had experienced trauma. There, they met others who had gone through similar situations. Hearing their stories made Jake feel less alone. One day, at the support group, Mrs. Smith met a woman named Anna. Anna had also experienced a robbery, and she had started a community program to help families after such incidents. She talked about the importance of safety and the steps families could take to feel secure. Jake and his mother decided to join Anna's program. Through the program, they learned self-defense, safety tips, and even how to create a safety plan. Jake felt empowered. He wanted to help others like his mother. He began volunteering at the program and made new friends. As Jake and his mother grew stronger, they realized that they could encourage others. They started speaking to groups about their experience. They shared their stories of fear, recovery, and resilience. Jake found his voice and his passion for helping others. One night, as Jake lay in bed, he thought about how far they had come. The event that had shattered their lives had also brought them closer together. It had shown them the importance of family, love, and support. By the following year, Jake was a different person. He had learned important lessons about life. He knew that challenges could come unexpectedly, but it was how we responded that mattered most. He stood by his mother, and together they faced their fears. Jake understood the value of community and friendship. The experience taught him that even in the darkest times, there could be light. They became advocates for safety in their community, teaching others how to protect themselves and find help. Jake's life had changed forever, but not only in negative ways. He was no longer just a boy. He became a young man willing to stand up for what was right. His relationship with his mother grew stronger, and they leaned on each other for support. He learned that life could be unpredictable, but love and kindness could overcome even the worst of experiences. Every person he met who shared their story reminded him that they are not alone. He became committed to making the world a bit brighter for others. And so Jake faced his future with courage, knowing that no matter what happened, he had the strength to overcome any obstacles, together with his mother by his side. They could keep moving forward, one step at a time, hand in hand, as a family. As Jake continued to grow, he found himself more passionate about helping others. High school opened up new doors for him. He joined the student council, where he could advocate for safety programs and support systems for students who faced challenges. His experiences allowed him to relate to others, and he quickly became a voice for those who felt unheard. Jake's commitment to safety led him to organize workshops at school that taught students about being aware of their surroundings and how to respond to emergencies. His mother was proud of him as she watched him take charge. As Jake neared graduation, he began considering his future. He always loved helping people, and his experiences shaped his dreams. Inspired by the support groups and community programs that helped him and his mother, he decided he wanted to study psychology. He wanted to understand how to help people heal from their traumas. Jake applied to colleges, writing heartfelt essays about his experiences and his desire to make a difference. He received acceptance letters, and soon he was ready to choose where to study. It was a difficult decision, but he felt drawn to a university known for its excellent psychology program. Before heading off to college, Jake spent the summer volunteering more than ever. He worked with Anna's community program to expand their outreach, creating events to educate families on safety measures and self-defense. The program began to flourish, attracting families who had once felt isolated. When the time came for Jake to leave for college, it was a bittersweet moment. His mother hugged him tightly, tears in her eyes. "You're going to do amazing things, Jake. Just remember, I am always here cheering for you." Jake promised he would call often and visit whenever he could. College was a whirlwind of new experiences. Jake met diverse groups of people, engaging in discussions that opened his mind further. He joined the psychology club and found mentors who inspired him. His professors recognized his passion and encouraged him to pursue research in trauma and healing. Classes were challenging, but Jake felt energized when he was learning. He often reflected on his past, using his experiences to fuel his studies. He began conducting research on the effects of adverse childhood experiences and how support can make a difference. As Jake settled into college life, he realized he needed to confront certain feelings from his past. Though he had grown immensely, some lingered quietly in the background. One day, he decided to seek counseling on campus to work through his feelings about the robbery and its impact on his life. In therapy, Jake found a safe space to explore his memories, fears, and growth. He spoke candidly about his worries for his mother, the fear he felt during that traumatic day, and how it changed him. This process proved healing as he learned to give himself grace, acknowledge his feelings, and focus on the present. Using his knowledge and experiences, Jake began to develop a new project, a peer support network for students who had faced traumatic experiences. He wanted to create a safe space where students could share their stories, connect, and support each other. With encouragement from his professors and the student council, Jake organized workshops and events aimed at breaking the stigma surrounding mental health. He invited guest speakers, held discussion panels, and even created an online forum for students to communicate anonymously. As a part of Jake's project, he organized a community event that welcomed families to come together and learn about mental health and safety. He invited Anna to speak, and his mother, Mrs. Smith, was there to support him. The event was successful, attracting numerous families and local organizations. Jake felt overwhelmed with gratitude as he looked around the room, filled with people ready to learn and grow together. At the end of the event, Jake spotted some familiar faces from his school days. He even saw the boys who had made mean comments about his mother long ago. But instead of running away or feeling afraid, he felt a sense of calm. He approached them with a genuine smile and said, "Hey, welcome. We're glad you're here." The boys seemed shocked, but also surprised by Jake's change. They apologized for their past behavior and expressed admiration for what he was doing. Jake welcomed their words and felt a sense of closure. As graduation approached, Jake reflected on the journey he had taken. He had transformed from a scared boy into a confident young man determined to make a difference. With his mother's support and his dedication, he received a scholarship to continue his studies in graduate school, focusing on trauma recovery. His relationship with his mother continued to deepen. They would always be there for one another, guiding each other through life's challenges. Jake knew that the bond they shared was unbreakable. Moving forward, Jake planned to continue advocating for mental health awareness and safety. His experiences fueled his passion, and he inspired others to find their voices as well. After graduating from college, Jake found a job as a counselor that allowed him to help those dealing with trauma. He loved working with individuals and families, showing them that healing was possible. Using his personal experiences, he helped patients find the strength they needed to overcome their struggles. Jake also continued his community work, running workshops to educate families about coping strategies and resilience. His advocacy expanded as he connected with other organizations focused on mental health, furthering his impact. Years passed, and as Jake built his career, he paused one day to reflect. He thought of that fateful day when everything changed. It had been the catalyst for growth and purpose. He felt grateful for the support from his mother and the community that stood together after tragedy. During one of his workshops, he looked out at the audience and saw a mix of young faces eager to learn. He shared his story and the importance of resilience, encouraging them to seek help and support one another. Jake realized that although the past could not be changed, it could inspire powerful change in the present and the future. He was creating a legacy of compassion and strength, impacting countless lives along the way. Jake's life journey was a testament to the power of love, perseverance, and healing. He had dedicated himself to making the world a safer and kinder place, ensuring that others would not have to face their struggles alone. As he sat and gazed at a new sunset, he felt hopeful. He imagined a future where everyone could speak about their challenges openly, finding support and understanding in each other. With his mother by his side and a community of supporters, Jake felt ready to tackle whatever came next, knowing that they could do it together, hand in hand. Recovering more directly from experience, he began to better understand his emotions, their value, and their purpose. And so Jake continued to write his story, one filled with purpose, love, and a commitment to helping others heal. The journey was far from over, but he welcomed the unknown, eager to embrace new adventures along the way. Jake's journey is one of resilience, hope, and transformation. If you found inspiration in his story, don't forget to hit that like button and share this video with your friends and family to spread his message of healing and empowerment. Join our community by subscribing to our channel. We share incredible stories of courage and connection that can uplift and inspire us all. Click the notification bell so you never miss an episode. If you or someone you know is struggling, remember, you're not alone. Check out the links in the description below for resources and support. Together we can create a safe space for everyone to share and heal. Thank you for watching. We can't wait to embark on this journey of growth with you. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments below. What part of Jake's story resonated with you the most?